are going to face the legendary Bret the Hitman Hart, the excellence of execution. The winner gets a title shot. It's seconds away now. You're set to face Bret Hart.
And you think that I'm supposed to be intimidated by the way you build him up and talk about stipulations, don't you? Just don't even say a word, son. Everybody talks about the best there is, the best there was, all the other crap. The excellence of execution. Bret, cliches are cliches, and an ass whipping is an ass whipping, and that's exactly what you're gonna get tonight at the hands of Stone Cold Steve Austin, and that's the bottom line.
All right, thank you very much. And ladies and gentlemen, here he comes, the man who unquestionably could spoil, make no mistake about it. You talk about qualifications, JR. This man, Stone Cold Steve Austin, could spoil the comeback attempt of Bret the Hitman Hart.
You know, Vince, I saw Steve Austin a little over 7 years ago in the Sportatorium in Dallas, Texas. He was a rookie, and you can see the greatness, that the potential greatness because of his attitude. It was all about attitude, then and now.
Oh, he has an attitude. An attitude, I might add, that is somewhat appreciated by this capacity crowd. He is a competitor. You may not like his tactics, and I know that Brian Pillman, sitting at home watching on pay-per-view, certainly does appreciate some of the things Stone Cold Steve Austin has done. Nonetheless, Stone Cold has an opportunity to defeat Bret Hart and make himself a real big name. Let's go back to Todd Pettengill.
All right, Vince, thank you very much. In just seconds, one of the biggest comebacks in sports entertainment history will happen here at the world's most famous arena, Madison Square Garden. You yourself, Bret, have called Stone Cold Steve Austin the best wrestler in the World Wrestling Federation today, and you face him in seconds.
The one thing that Stone Cold Steve Austin doesn't have going for him in this match is the fact that it is Madison Square Garden. And I meant it when I said it's not a church, but it's holy ground. Well, it is. I've got my fans out here, and I got my fans all around the world, and they've been waiting for this very moment. Now, where I stand, we're all gonna find out right now. But Stone Cold, remember one thing. I'm not greedy for money, I'm greedy for respect. And when this thing's all said and done, you will respect me.
The excellence of execution, Bret the Hitman Hart, ready to return to Madison Square Garden.
I know that's right.
I think it could come down to a submission match. Can you imagine these two men trying to manipulate the holes to make one or the other submit? We know Bret's got the sharpshooter. I think Austin's got a trick or two up his sleeve.
And in a moment, Madison Square Garden will be electric. Here we go!
Let's listen to this.
Capacity crowd, and everyone, I mean everyone undefeated, here he comes! The Hitman, Bret Hart!
Well, he's back. He ain't no clown. He ain't no trash man. He's a wrestler, and so is Steve Austin. And that's what it's about. Wrestling, competition, intensity. That's what the World Wrestling Federation is about. Athleticism and drama. And we're going to experience it all in this one very match right here tonight.
matchup, notwithstanding the integrity, notwithstanding the standing for the title, ladies and gentlemen, the winner of this match, Gorilla Monsoon stated today, the winner of this matchup goes on and faces the winner of the title shot for Shawn Michaels against Psycho Sid.
Well, I'd like to clarify that. The winner of this match will meet the champion.
That's exactly right. I beg your pardon.
And that's going to be coming up next month. December the 15th, I understand, down in West Palm Beach, Florida.
World Wrestling Federation all over the world. And it has come down to this in Madison Square Garden.
If you like Holyfield and Tyson, you're going to love this.
No one ever said Stone Cold has class.
Well, they can be a little crude.
And he will do anything, I mean anything, to intimidate an opponent. I'm just not so sure that Bret Hart can be intimidated by anyone.
Oh, it can't be intimidated, but that's not the issue here. The issue is how much ring rust does Bret Hart possess? How long will it take for Bret to get in that groove, to get all of his timing back? You can train in the gym all you want. This is where it counts, right here.
Back to the corner.
You know what's beautiful about this matchup? These guys are not past their prime. They're in their prime. We're going to see the best of Bret Hart and the best of Steve Austin. I've waited on this for a long time.
And again, look at this jaw jacking. And again, Steve Austin will say anything to you. If you can imagine the worst thing anyone could say to you, that's probably what Stone Cold is doing to Bret Hart. Driving into the corner. Hit a little high with the elbow.
You know, doing some checking, neither of these two men have ever submitted in a match in their entire career. And I believe it's going to come down to a submission in this matchup, which would obviously be a first. And how humiliating for one of these athletes to give up here in Madison Square Garden. I don't know if they could ever live it down.
How ironic would it be if Stone Cold Steve Austin placed the sharpshooter on Bret Hart and won by submission? And again, anything can happen.
Good waist lock there, and Bret counters.
Nice maneuver. Good switch.
I don't think you're going to see a lot of high flying and a lot of risk taking in this matchup.
Well, I don't know. I think you might see it all.
Well, you could. I think both these guys would prefer to keep it on the ground and mat wrestle. And punish and hurt and intimidate.
Well, Stone Cold likely to grind it out if he thinks he can. And same with the Hitman. Right back up now. Nice reversal. Oh, my goodness. Look at that. Stone Cold rich down to the canvas.
Bret looks to be in great shape.
He does.
He hired a personal trainer to help get himself ready. He should be, all of his old nagging injuries should be fully healed at this point.
Yes, but he could very well have a little ring rust, as you brought out earlier. The Let's Go Bret, and it seems to bother Stone Cold. And Stone Cold, I might add, was received relatively warmly by this capacity crowd, I guess for no other reason other than the appreciation of his athleticism. Top wrist lock. Hey, a nice takedown.
Plus, it's New York City, and folks are a little different.
I don't know about that. Maybe a little more avid. That's about all.
Bret not taking any chances here in the early going.
Driving the knee into the small to the back. And again.
I actually think the knee is driven right into the tricep. Seems like the hammerlock is a focus right now by Bret Hart.
Yes.
Bret's done it all here in Madison Square Garden, except beat Steve Austin. He won the title here at WrestleMania 10. I watched that on pay-per-view.
Stone Cold now drives the Hitman to the rope, sets him up for the ride. Hold is broken out, but now that's a drop toe hold. That was done, well, riding a little high, cost him, right into the hammerlock.
Certainly some interesting things in the superstar line. Rocky Maivia and Hunter Hearst Helmsley representing their teams. And I want to listen to that one myself. I like to hear what Rocky says after his first victory. What a future he's got.
Unbelievable what has occurred here tonight, live from the Survivor Series. A new tag team, LaFon and Furnas, victorious in their first outing ever. Rocky Maivia, oh my goodness, elbow right into the mush. Rocky Maivia doing, quite frankly, the impossible. And the Undertaker, I think, did almost what he wanted to do tonight.
Austin driving the point of his elbow right in the spine of Bret Hart. Everything high impact thus far from Stone Cold, whereas Bret Hart is attempting to utilize some science and leverage with a hammerlock. Nothing fancy about that.
And Bret seems to be a little slow in getting up. And you wonder, as this match wears on, whether or not the effects of those devastating holds and blows of Steve Austin may not really take its effect on Bret Hart, considering the 6 months off.
You know, Bret Hart has been a pro 12 years, as he has mentioned many times. Steve Austin's only been a pro 7 years. So I can tell you, Steve Austin from afar has watched Bret Hart. He has studied Bret Hart. And for some reason, there's been an obsession with Austin and Bret Hart over the years, even before Austin came here.
And what an opportunity for Steve Austin to make a name for himself at the expense of Bret Hart. It sort of reminds you of the gunslinger days, where everyone wants to beat the fastest draw.
Everybody wants to notch their gun.
Right.
A lot of young play-by-play men have that same thing with me.
Is that right?
It's embarrassing sometimes.
Yeah, I know, but you're just so quick and so accurate.
Well,
they don't stand a chance.
They were the rest of them boys from Oklahoma.
Bret Hart, you will note here, he's not being defensive, but I don't see a lot of offense here. It's mostly Steve Austin with the offense. And a wily veteran, Bret Hart, hoping that Steve Austin just might make a mistake. Look at this. Whoa, that's not going to be a mistake. Oh, no.
Well, that stunt gun will work. That's a hot shot-like maneuver. Bret Hart dropped right over the top ring rope, and you can almost see all the air just rush out of Bret's body. Now, Austin needs to capitalize here. Or a high impact. Austin should go for the lungs, for the back, drive the air out of it.
And I don't care how much training you've been undergoing, there's nothing like taking a punishing. You can't take any training that's going to prepare you for this kind of physicality. As we take another look at this now. Look at this. JR, he just, oh my goodness.
Throat first, right across the top rope, and just, you can't get your breath, you can't swallow.
And look at this, using the bottom rope now.
Go right back to the move, the place of the anatomy that you hurt. That's what Austin's doing. So right now, Bret Hart's neck is vulnerable. Let's see if Austin continues to focus on it.
Stone Cold Steve Austin taking full advantage of every conceivable situation. And Bret Hart is paying the toll.
Bret's upper body really being ravaged here.
And Stone Cold with unbelievable confidence in himself. And, oh, no.
Almost like a whiplash type situation.
Imagine Stone Cold not only signing for the match of his life against Bret Hart, in addition to that, already signing for Monday Night Raw tomorrow night in a tough man contest. You want to talk about tough. Vader one-on-one with Stone Cold tomorrow night. What kind of condition is Austin going to be in for tomorrow night?
That's a great question. We're going to find out.
Oh,
Austin,
no.
the point of the elbow, driven into the throat of Bret Hart. Everything upper body. See how focused Austin is. He doesn't go from the head to the elbow, down to the leg. Stays focused. This guy is in control. Austin is in control. But he might be wasting a little time here. You don't want to let Bret Hart get that other breath.
Oh, he just wants Bret to get back in the ring. Austin reaching right over to give him a little assist, so to speak. Stone Cold Steve Austin. Uh-oh, snaps Bret Hart down to the apron. Stone Cold in control. Will we see the Stone Cold Stunner? Will that be the move that puts Bret Hart down tonight?
It could be. I'm sure what Austin's looking for. I really believe, though, Vince, it's going to be a submission thing. We saw the snapmare take over, now the reverse chin lock again. All the focus on the head, the neck, the upper body of Bret the Hitman Hart. And, you know, Austin is in ring shape. Austin's been wrestling a full, hectic schedule. That could be, and I really believe it could be the deciding factor in this match. Conditioning over the long haul.
Austin driving down into the throat area repeatedly in a cover there, but to no avail. And another.
This is fatiguing Bret Hart, those continual lateral presses. I'm not so sure Austin really believed he was going to get the pin there, but he was trying to fatigue even more Bret Hart.
And mentally fatiguing, perhaps. A little psychology being employed, a lot of psychology being employed by Steve Austin, although I must say, Bret Hart, a master psychologist in his own right.
Absolutely, and of course, right now, Bret Hart's either got to counter the move or try to bide his time, and hopefully Steve Austin will make a mistake. Austin right now doesn't look like he's going to make too many mistakes with this sort of attack. Very elementary, very straightforward.
And if this continues, then Bret Hart is going to be forced to be offensive. Bret Hart is going to be forced to take the risk. Uh-oh, slugfest here developing.
And it takes off.
Whoa! Look at those punches fly. And a boot to the midsection. And Stone Cold wins the fisticuff battle. Stone Cold now driving that boot to the chest. And, oh, look at this, repeatedly into the pectoral area.
Stone Cold wins round one of the fist fight. Stone
And
Cold
again,
does not
right
want to be
back to the
disqualified.
throat. Right back to the throat area. He wants to take the head off. Stone Cold Steve Austin sets up Bret Hart for the ride. Reversal. Oh,
big move there. Now maybe Bret can regroup.
and yes, reverse power drive. Bret Hart now coming up. Yes.
Inverted atomic drop will certainly get your attention. And now Bret Hart seems to be building some momentum.
Oh, here we go, coming off the rope. Oh, yes, Bret Hart now. Look at this. We have 1, 2, and... Oh, no. And again, Bret Hart with a near fall.
Great roll up there by Bret. Austin's legs just so strong. Side Russian leg sweep.
Austin's head bouncing off the canvas. Bret going for another cover. 2 in. No, not hooking the leg there.
Yeah. You don't see that too often. Bret Hart to not hook the leg and complete the pinning predicament.
Here we go, and oh no. And Austin put on the brakes.
Did you hear Bret Hart's sternum hit the top turnbuckle? Bret was going for a bulldog headlock. And like you said, Vince, Austin hit the brakes.
Unbelievable maneuver as this matchup unquestionably turning back around in favor of Stone Cold Steve Austin.
Take a look at this. Sternum first, folks.
Oof. Devastating impact. And the hitman goes up the hard way. Look at this.
Now this is a page out of Bret Hart's book.
Yes, it is.
This is a Bret Hart maneuver right here. Which may lend credence to your thought earlier about Austin using the sharpshooter.
Stone Cold Steve Austin setting up Bret Hart. And if Stone Cold can execute this. Oh, no. Whoa.
Stone Cold got out of his domain there, and he paid for it.
And the hitman going up to the top, and
Bret Hart with a big move. Can't execute the cover. Bret Hart with a huge move, but he couldn't get the
here we
cover.
go. He made 1, 2 in. A kick out by Austin.
That little delay as Bret was trying to regroup after the move off the top may have cost him the pin
Yeah, but he
right
just
there.
didn't have it, JR. He just couldn't capitalize on it.
I agree with
Rake in the face.
Wow.
And you don't often see that when put in a position to be sidewalk slammed. Austin, very clever. And again, a seesaw matchup developing here between both individuals, Bret Hart and Stone Cold. Oh, no. Through the ropes, and you could see Stone Cold really setting him up for that.
Stone Cold now has the opportunity to get a couple of deep breaths.
And the thing about throwing someone to the outside, you really wonder what happens to them when they come crashing into the barrier or just in any fashion. Just the weight of your own body, if your knee is underneath you or whatever. Oh, look at that. Oh, all kind of damage can be done just landing on the outside.
Double sleds there by Stone Cold.
Uppercuts. Listen to those forearms crashing down in the back of Bret Hart. Stone Cold breaking the count.
That's
right
all he
back
did.
out.
That's all he wanted to do there. Break
Oh,
the
no.
count. More
Oh, no.
punishment.
Oh, no.
Well, Bret hit on his lower back when he went through the ropes, and now Austin's intelligent enough to see that that body part has been weakened and capitalized. Austin, I really believe, would like to injure Bret Hart, just like Austin did his former best friend, Brian Pillman, who's back in Cincinnati, convalescing.
Stone Cold Steve Austin. Oh no, look out, unbelievable.
Well, they broke the security railing.
They just broke the barricade.
Well, the referee's got to use a little discretion here. Nobody wants to see a disqualification or a count out. Bear with him, ref. Austin face first into the steel, and you see the results.
And this one is turning into a Donnybrook.
Well, we knew it would be physical. We knew that all along. And that's exactly what we're seeing here now.
However, Bret Hart wants to finish it in the ring. Bret Hart unquestionably with something to prove. And for that matter, you can say the same for Stone Cold. Here biding his time on the near side.
Stone Cold rolled all the way out to the other side.
And Bret Hart's coming right after him. And he has to. He has to do this.
Well, he better. He has to. You're right. He has to. And he better do it. Now we're going to see how...
Uh-oh. Oh, no. Unbelievable. Bret Hart's Cabrera. And Hugo Savinovich. Our Spanish commentators. Look at this. They're going underneath the table. They're all over the floor.
I can't believe that Bret Hart was slingshotted right over the announce position. It seems like it always happens to the Spanish guys.
And look at the effect that had on Bret Hart.
Is Hugo hurt?
What an impact. And you see the effect of it, and I don't think Bret Hart is going to get up from this. Oh, no. Steve Austin out here with Bret Hart now. Sets him up.
Well, I'll tell you something. Wait a minute. What's Austin going to do now? Bret Hart's out.
No. What the? Oh, no.
Again, the point of the elbow right down into the heart of the Hitman.
Nothing will stop Steve Austin. Nothing will stop him. Steve Austin on a mission to beat Bret Hart come hell or high water here at the Survivor Series.
Watch this elbow. Watch the point of the elbow, folks. Right into the heart of the Hitman. And that's what's going to be tested right now. The heart of the Hitman.
I can't believe Bret Hart's on his feet. But what's left of the Hitman? What's left of Bret Hart? And does he have the heart to pull this off?
Wow. Bret Hart's
and even
body.
if he doesn't, ladies and gentlemen, even if he doesn't, you've got to give Bret Hart credit for being everything he has been thus far.
Well, Bret's got to realize this is not 1991 where he beat Mr. Perfect in this arena for the Intercontinental title. It's not even 94 when he beat Yokozuna.
Her cover! He got him! He got him! No, he didn't. Bret Hart with a kick out. Stone Cold drives the elbow again.
That's a Hart family trait to never give up.
This might be an exception. Another cover in. Another kick out.
Austin's getting a little frustrated here. Stone Cold, I think, really thought he had the combination that he wanted after all that activity on the outside, but Austin still cannot put Bret Hart away.
This capacity crowd very much behind the Hitman. But I don't even think the capacity crowd can help the Hitman at this juncture. It's all Stone Cold Steve Austin. And now, Stone Cold is really giving it to the fans, almost like he's giving it to Bret Hart. Stone Cold has such disdain for fans. Look out! Oh.
Well, fans think they're really doing something that Austin likes, so they do these Austin 316 signs. He could care less. Absolutely could care less.
Hard cover, 1, 2. Almost again.
Absolutely amazing. The Bret Hart can kick out. You gotta know, his body is ravaged with pain right now.
Abdominal stretch.
Austin looking for that submission.
Wait a minute, Austin now. With additional leverage on the top rope.
Can you imagine what it would mean to Steve Austin's career from a marketing perspective, from his professional, his whole outlook, his whole future, if he could say, I made Bret Hart quit in Madison Square Garden.
And that's what he's trying to do right now. After that pummeling, after that beating.
2, 3, 4. Break it off there. Let's go there, bro.
Austin very...
Uh-oh, now wait a minute.
Don't do it, Steve.
Does not want to be disqualified.
Well, you know, he's had a lot of guts. He's been fearless the last month, but he doesn't want to be stupid now. Don't get disqualified. Answer the question. Settle the argument. Who's the better of the two?
A block. Right out with the right hand. It blocks Stone Cold.
It's a fist fight.
They're trading blows again. They're going at it in Madison Square Garden. Look at that. Bret Hart.
Bret Hart's winning this fist fight. Round 2. Bret Hart. He's like Evander Holyfield. He won't quit. He doesn't know how to quit.
Austin reversing. No, a double reversal off the rope.
Austin still got him. Used against him.
And what goes around comes around.
Man, this is taking
The
its toll.
Hitman Bret Hart can't capitalize. The ring rust here, apparent.
And it's...
Wait a minute, yes he can. Trying to get the shoulders in. 2, he got it.
Oh, he didn't.
Whoa.
There's another, like you said, what goes around comes around. There's the waist lock, and there's Austin's stun gun.
And look at this, Austin.
Both men are fatigued. Both men are hurt. This is a war.
1, 2, no.
How do you like the athleticism of the World Wrestling Federation? This is what it's all about.
Stone Cold Steve Austin has come to Madison Square Garden to make a name for himself at the expense of Bret Hitman Hart.
Backbreaker again. What a gut check for these two men.
All right, here we go. Here comes a risk.
Yeah, I don't...
This one may backfire on the Hitman.
I don't like this one.
Oh, yes it does. This could be the beginning of the end.
You can almost feel something bad is going to happen to Bret Hart.
Bret Hart taking a risk, and now he's taking a beating from Stone Cold. Stone Cold sets up Bret Hart. He tried it before. Oh, wait a minute, he's going all the way up to the top.
Another move from Bret Hart. Top rope suplex.
Unbelievable.
Oh, man, that takes a lot out. That takes a hell of a lot out of both men. Austin is hurt. He delivered a move. Wait a minute. Bret's got him. He's got it.
Oh, what a maneuver that was. Whoa, I couldn't believe my eyes. What a maneuver.
In the very spot where Muhammad Ali and Joe Frazier got it on, you're seeing this kind of contact. Where else but right here in Madison Square Garden.
And the World Wrestling Federation. There it is. The Cold Stunner. That's it. It's over. It's over.
Austin got it. Austin's pulling away the ropes.
1, 2, he got him.
Oh, man. by Austin. He hit his move. He should have gone to the cover there.
1, 2, no!
Austin frustrated.
Come on, get up, get up, get up.
Austin can't believe that the Stone Cold Stunner didn't get it done.
A kick out again!
I tell you what, if we have another look at that Stone Cold Stunner, you're going to see that Austin made a mistake. He pulled Bret away from the ropes, so Bret couldn't use the ropes to escape. That was a huge mistake by Stone Cold. And there's a Texas Cloverleaf, a submission move.
You said it earlier, and here we go! Submission applied! But it's down in the lower. Part of the body, not on the upper.
Bret Hart, will he submit? Austin's got those legs contorted. The back is bent. The pain has got to be excruciating. Oh, this move hurts.
And Bret making its way to the ropes, and now the hold must be broken.
Look at Austin, hold on, and hold on, and hold on to 4. Austin's run roughshod. He's been above the authority. He's been above the law. And now Bret Hart must take the law into his own hands to survive at the Survivor Series.
And the hitman Bret Hart has taken unbelievable sums of punishment. And I might add, so is Stone Cold. Here we go. The hitman now for the ride. No! Oh no.
Oh my gosh. Bret's leg gave way. That knee gave way, and Bret went kidneys first into the ring post.
I'm not so sure that didn't result in a cracked rib. Bret Hart hit that ring post with the exposed ribs, and don't think Stone Cold is not going to take advantage of this.
Put in the middle of the ring.
A cover. And barely.
Unbelievable.
I mean, barely a kick out.
Austin has got to be thinking to himself.
Here's another look at it, JR. It was more the lower back.
Yeah.
Oh, no, look at this. Going down.
Oh, and there's another submission move by Austin. Austin wants Bret Hart to quit in Madison Square Garden.
He wants to humiliate him. And you don't often see an escape from that maneuver.
Wait a minute. Sharpshooter. Bret's trying to go for the sharpshooter. Austin is fighting.
And he gets a hold of the ropes.
Austin did not suffer in the sharpshooter. And now look at Bret fight.
1, 2, 3, come on.
Austin is a whole lot more than a schoolyard bully.
Steve Austin now being set up by the hitman. Off the rope, and here we go with a sleeper hold.
This is anybody's match. Anybody's match.
And Stone Cold trying to ram Bret Hart. Back in it. Oh, no.
There's a jawbreaker. Austin's head ran right up in the face of Bret Hart.
And sometimes that can hurt the individual applying the hold as much as it hurts those on the receiving end, but you have to take a chance. He was going to go down.
Austin trying to slaps himself and trying to shake the cobwebs loose.
What a competitor.
Well, this
The
is
hitman Bret Hart has met his match, JR.
Oh, absolutely. Boy, I'll tell you something. I don't know. Austin, I don't know what they're gonna. What are you gonna do to beat this man? Wait a minute. There's $1 million dream.
Yes. Form of a sleeper hold applied on Bret Hart. Let's see what the hitman can do. Watch his back. One. Hey, unbelievable.
Austin couldn't let go of the hold. Austin didn't let go of the $1 million dream, and it cost him the victory. Bret Hart countered Austin's own maneuver.
You want to talk about someone who knows all the ropes? Well, the hitman Bret Hart just taught Steve Austin a move, and some of the ropes, the likes of which he's never ever seen before.
2 points I want to make here. Number one, Bret Hart will wrestle the WWF Champion December the 15th in West Palm Beach and in your house.
Wait a minute, that means it could be one-on-one, the hitman against Shawn Michaels, the matchup from WrestleMania. Or then again, notwithstanding A matchup of the Hitman against Psycho Sid, and Sid were victorious here tonight.
The second point I want to make is that this situation, this rivalry between Bret Hart and Stone Cold is far, far from over. Look at Austin. He's not taking his eyes off of Bret Hart.
Steve Austin looking at the Hitman Bret Hart, ladies and gentlemen, yes. And we have not seen the last of this extraordinary competitor, and I don't think Bret Hart has either. Not that the Hitman will necessarily look forward to another encounter. What a matchup, what a competitor, and ladies and gentlemen, the Hitman is back.